Tonight, did you see that? Waters World Unchained. As you may know, we send Waters all over the country to ask people dopey questions, but we can't show you everything that happens to him because of time. So tonight we have Waters World Outtakes, and here to help us with that, Fox News anchor Martha McCallum. So I don't know whether you know this, but Waters didn't want this segment. Did you talk to him about it?
I did talk to him about it, and of course he doesn't, because he likes everyone else to look dopey, but sometimes in these, he looks a little bit dopey.
Is he brooding?
He's okay.
He's all right?
The worst ones are coming, but you want to take a look at this, and we'll show you what's in here?
That means you are trying to throw into the tape, but they're not going to respond to you. They're not going to respond to you.
Let's see.
They would only respond to me.
Will. I toss to the tape all the time.
Roll the tape.
Oh.
We're doing a little story up here for Bill O'Reilly.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to get some interviews. Do they all have to be this close?
We both believe in Jesus.
I thought Moses was your guy.
If you feel like you were disrespected, take this mic and smash it on the ground.
Forget about it.
When my daddy...
Do you guys follow that? Wow.
I had to. Now you're going to have to do an uncut version.
Jesse Walters! They were calling him Jesse Walters. He confused Moses and Muhammad in one of those. When you go to a place where mermaids hang out, mermaids don't wear tops. So,
we were
that's
gentle.
all there is to it.
We were gentle to Waters because the pigeon thing is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah, if you watch the whole sequence, the pigeons really terrify him.
They do terrify him, and you're going to see that, I think, coming up. You guys are going to do a longer version of it, right?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided. Depends how much
now America wants to see more embarrassing Jesse Waters videos.
Okay, if the folks want it, you let us know.
So.
Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. As we told you in a Talking Points memo, Congressman Nancy Pelosi told me, eye to eye, she'd do an interview, but is now reneged. So we sent our go-to guy, Waters, to Washington to try to solve this problem.
Leader Pelosi promised she'd do the factor. Now, all of a sudden, she just doesn't have time for us.
There's no reason why the Queen of San Francisco couldn't do an interview with Bill O'Reilly.
I swear to goodness, it'll be the best experience of her life. I think he's a new, improved Bill.
Nancy, tell Bill to his face what you say about him behind closed doors. He can take it.
Nancy Pelosi refused to do the show after telling Bill that she'd do it. So we're just asking people advice.
I don't have any advice for Ms. Pelosi. I have to look out for myself.
You know, I think she should do it. Bill's an equal opportunity giver of hard times.
You can go talk to my...
talk to our communications director.
I'm sorry. That was a big mistake.
If you have any advice on making sure she keeps her word.
We're in the middle of an interview. Could you please back up?
Sorry, Senator.
In one interview with Bill O'Reilly, 100 times more people will see her than on her usual hit on MSNBC.
After you do the interview, then you'll know what's in it. Just like affordable health care.
I'd tell her to go on it. It's a great show.
Say that again.
It's a great show.
I would send it to her in writing, maybe a couple thousand pages.
You think she'll do the show?
No.
I think what Bill should do is give her a factor mug, give her a couple of his books.
Yeah, maybe Killing Jesus, that might sweeten the deal.
I think it's brilliant. We don't talk to her much ourselves, so I really don't have any good advice for you.
It's a good chance for San Francisco to meet Levittown. To have, the elite meet the working class people.
Senator!
I'm going home!
Why did you come into the...
I just got here. I just arrived and you were wrapping up.
Are you in Bethesda?
No, I'm out in New York, sir.
New York, that's even worse traffic.
But we need your advice on something, okay? Let's see if you can help us out. Can you suggest any way that we could get her on the show, Congressman? Is there anything Bill can do to maybe make the San Francisco constituents urge her to do the factor, maybe officiate a gay wedding, maybe bake her some cannabis brownies?
I don't think there's anything Bill can do in San Francisco to help him or her.
Could be a meeting of the minds, or may just be a collision.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight?
Please, Nancy, go on the factor.
We're asking you to do something that's impossible. It's impossible.
Bill O'Reilly has a quick question for you. He ran into you at the Kennedy Center honors recently, and you said you'd do an interview with him. In fact, you said you'd do an interview in your office.
Yeah, but I already did Greta.
What we did...
I already did Greta.
Congratulations.
We've been calling your office, and you've said you've been busy in February, March, April,
We're
May,
never here.
June. I know you're a woman of your word, and I'm asking you if you're going to be honoring your commitment.
Well, I didn't make any commitment to him. We were having a social conversation. In fact, it was at the White House. It's the first time I ever saw him, because I never see him on TV. But they... This is open-ended. One of these days, maybe I will.
You doubt my word?
I was not pleased with the disrespect that he showed to the president, so that wasn't like a warmer-upper.
What was disrespectful?
Well, it speaks for itself. Yes, ma'am.
Waters World. Are you a fan of Waters World?
No.
You know I'm Waters, and this is my world right here, Senator.
Yep. But you see, in Waters World, you can alienate literally everybody you talk to. So that would make you a great senator.
Thank you, I guess.
Somebody's got the wrong idea around here.
All right, so you didn't. Schumer wouldn't give you advice. I was surprised.
He ran
that
away.
He didn't want any part of it. Al Franken.
I know. He
talked
doesn't
to
want any part. I know. Bernie Sanders was the worst. He was withdrawing cash from an ATM, and I said, you know, I'd like to talk to you, Senator. I'm from the O'Reilly factor. He grabbed his cash and ran away like I was going to stick him up.
The socialist Sanders grabs cash?
Yes, he actually withdrew from the ATM.
I thought he was on the barter thing. he trades maple syrup for suits. Right. That's what you do in socialist land.
Right.
So I think everybody's having a good laugh about this on Capitol Hill, right?
I think so, and I think the general consensus is she's not going to do the interview.
Yeah.
Especially after tonight. Yeah. She's not going to do the interview.
After tonight. All right. But I want you to keep trying.
I will do my best.
So I'm going to send her some sourdough bread and an autograph from Willie Mays, my favorite baseball player.
Sourdough bread. Do you think that's going to do it?
Sourdough bread in San Francisco makes the best.
Okay.
And then Willie Mays. I mean, he's a San Francisco icon, New York icon too.
Right.
He's my favorite guy. I got a couple of signatures. I'm going to send her one.
Okay.
So we'll try to bribe her to do in the interview.
That's right. I think she's up for bribes.
Jesse Waters, everybody. He said that. We have millions of them all over the world. Some people watch like us. Some people hate us. But for 18 years, we have been hard to ignore. So we sent Waters out to San Diego, where Miller and I were holding court 2 weeks ago. So you guys staying up late, huh?
So what are you doing here? I mean, the Lego movie's playing down the street.
I hate this place.
I heard these shows really aren't that funny.
I can't wait to see what it's going to be like tonight.
So you took her to a Bold Fresh show on a date.
Unfortunately.
Good luck with that. You came all the way from Oregon.
Yes, to see
Bold Fresh?
Yes.
Are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up?
Let the record show that counsel is holding up 2 fingers.
You drove 500 miles to see these two guys?
Yeah, and you.
I have some pictures for Dennis to sign that were taken like 20 years ago with him.
Dennis is kind of a diva. He might not come out and sign them for you. I don't know what to say.
You are hilarious.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
And you're cute.
What she wants is a man, that girl, not some whimpering little boy.
All right, that'll be $60. What about O'Reilly do you like?
We're cutting to the chase here. No spin zone, right?
You chose to go see O'Reilly. You can see him on TV for free.
What people will do for money, it's amazing.
I think maybe something you need to do is talk about the Obama interview. I don't think people have heard a lot about that.
You're fired.
I'm fired?
You son of a gun!
So Miller, is this basically like Miller Time on Wednesdays except Bill doesn't interrupt?
This one I don't get paid for because I'm with this surfing guy who gives me food stamps.
Rock and roll, man.
If you struggle out there, throw in movie clips. That always helps.
See, I don't struggle a lot, Waters, but, you know, knowing you, I know you do.
You're telling me.
Now, there were a lot of questions about why don't I run for office? Why is Miller not in prison? You know, those things.
Same thing as running for office.
It's Miller time.
Anyway, you go there.
Where are you going? Did I push you off or something?
No, I'm just getting loose.
All right, get loose, big man. Get
Friday
loose.
night in San Diego. You gotta be loose.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Bold Fresh, was it all you thought it was going to be?
Fogel! Hi! Wonderful.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Did it blow your minds?
No.
Listen, the show was, I think they gave it like 50%. They could have gone 100%.
Hey, you're critical tonight. Whoa.
I'm just honest. I speak the truth.
To see him be such an entertainer that you don't normally see.
You should see him around the office.
You want to do one in Spanish?
You know I don't speak Spanish.
Aguas Mundos?
In English, please.
Anything Bill needs to do to improve his act?
Maybe newer pants.
Shirts and pants. Holy shirts and pants.
This is a harsh critique. I didn't know we were going to get into a fashion critique. Did Miller give you this fur vest backstage, or did you buy this at the concession stand?
Who's Bill O'Reilly? We came for the water show.
20 bucks, please. Pete is very angry. They're waiting for you right outside. You don't even know who I am.
No, not necessarily.
I'm Waters. And
You're
this
Mr.
is
Waters. This is your world?
This is my world right
and
now.
And now I'm standing in it.
How does it feel?
That's disillusioning.
They hated you, Waters. They hated,
They loved me.
I mean, they hated
They
you.
did. They loved me.
Now, that was a sold-out house in San Diego. But I was surprised because the age range was all over the place.
It was all over the place. You know, it was about, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. A few people on their 30th wedding anniversary took their significant other to see Bold Fresh. Not jewelry. They went with Bold Fresh.
That's right.
Now, if I had done that, I'd be sleeping on the couch.
Oh, listen, Waters, I mean, what Miller and I do is so far beyond your sophistication level. I mean, you're not getting any of this stuff. But I think we do, when you're not there, of course, lobby cards, after the show. Okay. And most people like it. They get a good...
it killed. I was disappointed you didn't use your Romney eating the peanuts at the ballpark.
Yeah, I didn't
That's one of the most fun. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
And then you also have Gingrich's open marriage riff. You had people dying about that. I can't even repeat that.
I can't repeat it either on TV, which is why we do the shows. Okay. But everybody had a good time,
They had
right?
a great time.
Even though you were there.
That's true.
Terrorizing them.
A huge ego boost for me afterwards.
Yeah, right. Did actually they know where you were?
Bill, I was like warding people off from the pictures. Right? Yeah, and then I came home and my wife was like, Jesse, go take out the garbage. Yeah. So it was over.
Of course, you always do what you're told. So that was good. Garbage get taken out. Waters, everybody. And 1 week from tonight, Miller and I will be in Back in the Book segment tonight, Waters World. As we told you in the Talking Points memo, the irresponsible national media has driven a dishonest story about the disappearance of the Malaysian jetliner. So we asked Waters to ask the folks about that situation. Now, the interviews were done before the announcement that located the plane crash site this morning.
What's your theory on what happened?
It was terrorism.
But how did the terrorists get into the cockpit?
Sophisticated, instruments.
Because it might be retaliation from, from all the stuff that's happening in Ukraine and Russia.
Do you think Putin might have been involved in the hijacking?
Probably, you never know.
What happened to this flight? What's your theory?
Black holes everywhere.
Somebody took the plane to the Antarctica or some crazy shit.
I think the government knew about it and they just didn't tell anybody and covered it up.
Which government covered it up?
Obama and whoever else is behind them. I'm serious.
Have you been watching a lot of CNN recently?
Yeah, I watch CNN all the time.
I honestly really don't know, and I think that, in respect to the families, it's kind of better that everybody stops speculating.
Oh, the woman finally. She's brilliant. Here now is Waters. Now, the people that you talked with, were they talking off the top of their head, or did they watch the TV news coverage?
I mean, everybody's heard about the plane, and I think everyone's been watching. The people that had responsible theories, they think the media has been irresponsible. But the people that aren't really hardcore news consumers, they're the ones that are susceptible to all this, and they were the ones pontificating about these crazy theories. One guy said this was a drug shipment plane, and the pilots hijacked it to take a payoff. Another person...
And how did he know that? Where did that come from?
He was just theorizing.
It's like the guy who said Obama did it.
You know what he said? I said, well, if the plane landed with the terrorists, why didn't radar pick it up? And he said Obama sold the terrorists radar jamming technology.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
I think CNN might want to talk to him. No, that's a cheap shot. I'm sorry. Can I take it back? No, I can't. Once I say it, it's on tape. All right, now, when you were out there, you ran into somebody who really, really doesn't like you or Fox News. Roll the tape.
It's crashed somewhere in the ocean.
Hold on. Hey, buddy, want to come over here?
Come back.
Come here. Now, when you walked by, you said Fox News was fascist. That's not very nice. Do you know what fascism is?
It's not nice or not nice. It's an accurate interpretation of what you guys do.
Do you know what fascism is?
I absolutely do. You guys rile people up.
What is fascism?
You know exactly what it is.
Well, you're not making a ton of sense right now, so let me try to get you back on track.
That's actually
You said that Fox
insult.
News was
Enjoy your
fascist. Can you give me an example?
Okay, so he didn't know what fascism was.
No, he didn't.
But maybe one of his friends used the words.
He eventually tried to explain that it was because Fox News covered the knockout game too much. Remember when the black teens would knock people out for fun? He said that was fascist.
That was fascist.
Right.
Okay, now how long have you been doing this Waters World thing? How long?
About 3 years, I think.
All right, 3. Wow, and time goes fast.
Feels like a long time.
You know, I sense when people attack you and me and Fox News, you always ask them, why don't you like it? And they never have an answer.
No, they never watch either.
Right.
That's what's funny.
It's just they hear it from other sources.
Right. And I think, when people interfere like that, it's either because they're emboldened, sometimes the left gets a little cocky, or other times it's because they're desperate and they're angry. So you never really know.
All right. Well, anyway. Now, on Thursday, Waters will be back with a spring break exposition, so we all, of course, back in the book segment tonight, Waters World, the Citizenship Test Edition. As you know, in order to become an American citizen, foreign nationals have to take a history test. They have to know something about America and answer 6 out of 10 questions correctly. So we sent Waters to Philadelphia, the cradle of liberty, to give the test to some Americans.
Now, let me ask you a few questions here. 13 stripes on the American flag. What do those represent?
13 colonies.
No, God, I'm going to be awful at this stuff.
You know this.
Do I?
Freedom, everything. Like being free and being happy, getting what you want.
That's what the stripes represent.
To me, they do.
Surely you can't be serious.
I don't know.
13 colonies.
For the first 13 colonies?
Nailed it. The economic model here in the United States of America. What is that?
I'm honestly not too sure about that. To me, I am not the brainiac of all brainiacs or anything.
You're not?
No.
Money? I can't tell you.
Money?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Everybody knows that.
Cuba has communism.
Okay.
And we have what?
Stresses.
Stress?
Yeah, we have stress.
We have stress?
We have a lot of stress.
Well, we're capitalism. We have some socialism aspects of our economy. And
unfortunately.
Is this Fox News?
I'm just kidding around.
I'm just being humorous.
How many senators are there in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, my God.
You know this.
10.
I don't know. Isn't it like 300 something?
There's about 25 or more.
How many senators are there in the United States?
Oh, I'm not even going there. I'm so bad at this stuff.
52?
More.
60?
More.
70?
More.
80. I don't know. 100.
Yes! They taught you this in school.
No, I'm like far out of school.
It didn't take
50 states.
50 states, that's about 100.
Who was the president during World War II?
Theodore Roosevelt?
Close.
JFK?
Close.
Ronald Reagan?
There you go again. It wasn't Reagan.
It was not Reagan.
It had to be like Nixon or something.
Nixon?
I think. I don't know.
Sock it to me.
Truman?
I actually know that one.
Let's go while we're young.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, my God. George Washington.
We're going to have to deport you.
That's fine.
Roosevelt.
My goodness. Who was president of the United States during World War II?
Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt, baby. Yes!
Do you vote?
I haven't voted in a couple years because I've had my own emotional thoughts about it.
When you vote for the president, what month do you vote in?
When I do vote, a lot of times it's around spring.
I think it's April, isn't it?
It's September?
October, November? November.
Do you ever watch the O'Reilly Factor on Fox News?
Now, I've seen O'Reilly a couple times, you know what I mean? I like his show.
I've heard of it. I know what it is. My roommate watches it. I'm into the paranormal.
I see dead people.
Ever heard of Waters World?
No.
I'm Waters, and this is my world right here.
Really?
Really, really.
Oh, here now is Jesse Waters. So it's kind of grim again, right?
It's pathetic out there. It was a bad one. I'm from Philly, so that hurt. Yeah. That really hurt.
So you asked how many people?
12 people.
12 people got the quiz.
Right.
How many passed?
3. 3 people
3
pass.
out of 12.
And when immigrants take it, 90% pass.
Because they're studying. They're motivated.
Kind of. And then 25% here in Philly passed. The hardest question was how many senators? Only 2 people got that right.
Yeah.
The easiest question was stripes on the flag, 13 colonies, 8
I thought
people.
FDR, World War II would be the
Only half of the people got that right.
Now, I get letters all the time. Waters looks for idiots, looks for dumb people. If you're smart, he's not going to talk to you. How do you choose them again?
Listen, people need to get out there. If you think this, I would say go to the mall, talk to the first 10 people you see,
and you'll get the same.
Ask what the national debt is.
But is that how you do it? Do you just pick people that you see?
On this shoot, I talked to 12 people. We put 11 people in the package. I don't think these people look dumb.
No, but when you said, look, I'm going to get this person and try to get them on the air, is there any criteria?
I mean, let's be honest. If someone has a piercing or purple hair, looks like a supermodel, they're going to be in Waters' world.
Okay, so supermodel, you're in.
Right, they're in.
Right.
Right, tattoo on the face.
The smartest guy was the black guy in the cap.
5 for 5.
He knew everything.
He knew it. He ran the table. And look, I've been to Harvard. I've been to Columbia. And there's a lot of dumb people out there.
But when you go up to Harvard for that one, I bet you those pinheads up there.
It's true. Not everybody's informed.
All right, Waters World. No one knows where he's going next. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World, the annual 420 celebration in Denver, coincided with Easter weekend this year. Tens of thousands of people attended. By late Sunday afternoon, Denver police had issued 47 citations for public marijuana consumption and made 16 other arrests. Denver Health Medical Center paramedics treated 14 people, including 3 who had taken to detox. We sent Waters to Denver to alert the pot people about a new study that says marijuana damages the human brain.
What's the meaning of Easter?
I don't really know.
I love chocolate bunnies.
Candy bars.
Easter's tomorrow.
Really? That's that kind of sneaked up on me.
Surprise! What's your daily routine like? You guys wake and bake?
I wake up, smoke a bowl, fall asleep, wake up, smoke a bowl, go to work.
How often do you smoke?
Daily. It's a daily thing for me.
Well, if it's that good, tell me.
Every day.
How much each day?
Huh?
I don't know where I'm at right now sometimes.
Hi, I'm Earth. Have we met?
What do you do for a job? What do you do?
I'm a trust fund kid. I don't do anything.
What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna smoke this gas mask.
I can't breathe in this thing.
What'd you do last weekend?
I don't remember. So it must have been good.
I slept the whole weekend.
From Friday to Sunday?
Yeah.
I just won a booty shaking contest.
You're holding me there like you're gonna hit me with it.
Whatever tickles your pickle.
I understand he's an excellent judge of pickles. I sincerely hope so.
They just did a study that said just a little bit of weed smoking can kind of hurt your brain.
Wait, what?
I never read it, but that's a false statement.
So you have to smoke a lot? Is that the...
This whole idea sounds pretty half-baked.
No, it's not. It's completely baked.
I still feel smarter than most people that I meet.
It's a study in the Journal of Neuroscience.
I didn't read that journal.
I figured.
The key to life is happiness.
When's the last time you were sad?
Every day.
You are one pathetic loser.
How old is she?
14.
I'm 17.
16. How old are you?
13.
She's 14. She's at the pot rally. Is that a good idea?
As long as you keep it in the realms of,
So when you said, Mom, Dad, I'm going to the 420 rally, what'd they say?
They were like, you better not be smoking pot.
Did you listen to them?
Of course.
Does this kind of festival make you want to experiment with marijuana?
21 and up, maybe.
You smoke and do your homework?
Yeah.
What's your grade point average?
C average.
You want to read the study?
No. I learn a lot from my dad.
You meditating? Just meditating, right? You meditating? You ever watch The O'Reilly Factor?
I stay as disconnected as possible.
My dad was a fan. He used to buy me a lot of books.
Who's Looking Out for You?
Yes.
You read that?
I've read that.
Did you ever watch Waters World? I'm Waters, and this is my world here.
So that's why you have a whale on your shirt?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Anything you want to tell O'Reilly right now?
Hi, Bill. Hi. What's up?
Let me ask you this.
Okay, I'm high.
This man's a pothead, Hannibal.
This isn't going to be on Fox News, is it?
Unfortunately, it is.
I'd knock that off if I was you.
All right, here's Waters. Now, I know I'm going to get mail from the pro-pot people saying that you went out and got the dopiest people you could find.
It wasn't hard to find. Come on, it was not hard to find.
No. So most of them are just basically middling intellects.
I mean, look, they're not Rhodes Scholars, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Listen, some of them had real jobs, you know, bartenders, they worked with their hands, but they don't really aspire to much. You know, when you say, are you motivated? And that's one of the points of the study. Do you have any motivation? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And they say, well, I don't really plan for tomorrow.
Yeah, they just want to get high, but that's what the drug and intoxication world is. But it didn't seem a lot of concern about the study with brain damage.
They didn't take it too seriously.
No.
I mean, if you look at memory, when you ask someone, what did you do last weekend? And they say, I don't even remember.
Right.
There you go. That's the point of the study.
To remember.
Right. It's difficult.
All right. So tomorrow's Earth Day.
Right.
Well, we have a special assignment for you.
Right.
On Earth Day. Jeff, now, did you get a contact high from any of those people?
Do you think I would get high, Bill?
No, I don't know. I mean, the shirt color goes up by itself, or do you have to go like that?
That's right.
I don't know. So once in a while, Waters, we don't know about them. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters' World. Here in New York City, African Americans make up about 26% of the population. And one of the legacy communities is Harlem, north of Midtown. So we sent Waters up there to find out what the folks are saying about the NBA race controversy.
Donald Sterling of the Clippers, real racist, it looks like. How does that make you feel?
It's a reflection on the general sense of what the country has been built on.
He's ignorant. I'm not the one that said it. It's his bank account, not mine.
When you say things to hurt people, take away their livelihood, then you have a problem. Me, if I say I don't like a cracker, what am I doing? I'm just venting my feelings, that's not racism.
But cracker is a racist term.
Not necessarily.
The whole America's racist.
The whole country.
Not everybody's racist on the low. I don't know. You might be calling me a in your house. I don't know.
I'm not.
I didn't say you was.
You said I could be.
I said you could be.
And I'm telling you I'm not.
He's not just one person. It's a lot of people who think and still live like that. Majority of the NBA is African American people, so it's like a slap in the face.
Do you think Sterling's making white people look bad?
No, he's not making white people look bad. He's making himself look bad.
Do you think the country is racist as a whole?
Nah,
because let me tell you, everybody in America immediately condemned this guy.
Nah, everybody's not racist. Like, you know, you got a couple of idiots and one make everybody look bad. You feel me?
You're not a racist, are you?
Man, I don't get down like that. I'm poor. I don't have enough money to be racist, fam. Feel me?
Are you confronted with racist people a lot in your daily life?
No, not at all. The way I grew up, the way I go to college, and the people I associate myself with, I think diverse culture is the only way we can succeed in America, really.
I thought Obama was supposed to heal racism.
He's not healing racism. Racism is everywhere now.
You can disagree with President Obama and not be a racist, right?
Yeah, you can, but
he ain't doing nothing for none of us.
He's not?
Nah, he's not doing nothing.
Former Nick Larry Johnson says he wants an all-black NBA. Is that a good idea?
Why not?
But don't you think an all-black NBA is segregating?
Yes.
Do you think the NBA is a racist league?
I mean, they trade them. That sounds more like a glorified plantation mentality, if you ask me.
When slaves were on a plantation, they weren't making $20 million a year, though.
Well,
that's good money. Now, the NAACP was about to give this guy Sterling a huge Lifetime Achievement Award. How'd that happen?
Money.
They racist too on the low, man.
They are?
Yeah, they racist. They're a bunch of fools, man. Them people, I don't respect the NAACP.
NAACP doesn't represent the voice and hearts and minds of African Americans globally or locally.
Someone like Farrakhan, you don't consider him racist?
Absolutely not.
All the things he says about whites and Jews?
Farrakhan tells the truth.
Did you ever watch Bill O'Reilly on Fox News?
Yeah, I watch it once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
O'Reilly brings information to the table. He has some outlandish ideas.
You love Farrakhan, but Bill has outlandish ideas.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Man, listen, if this racism boil over, man, y'all might not be able to come to 125th, you know what I mean?
Am I good right now?
Yeah, you good. Yo, they good.
We're good?
Yo, y'all good, you know what I mean?
We got to get that guy his own show.
I know. We should sign him right now.
He had the best line of the night. He doesn't have enough money to be racist.
Right. They made that point a lot, though. You can't be racist if you don't have any money or power.
Sure.
You can't discriminate.
Because that's the grievance industry. I don't have anything, and it's not my fault that I don't. Well, I can't put words in people's mouths, but it's, we don't have anything.
Right.
But we got to tell the folks who don't live in New York City that Harlem used to be very, very poor and bad, but that thing is built up now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great restaurants. There's a lot of foot traffic out there. A lot of people going to work.
Right.
I was struck by how many people thought the NAACP was a joke. Almost everybody that I talked to said they're not representative of us. They're all after money, and they always try to talk down to people.
There's a suspicion. Now, we can't say any more waters tonight because then we'll be accused by Media Matters of being condescending to blacks.
Right. I'm just going to stop speaking right now.
Right, but I do want to tell everybody that most of these folks are very nice. Right?
I had a great time out there. Everybody was friendly.
And when I go up to Harlem and other black neighborhoods, I always have a great time, and the folks are great up there.
That's right, and they do watch The Factor.
And we're not condescending, and we're just saying what our experience is. Back in the book segment tonight, Water's World. Recently, 2 Democratic congressmen attacked the Republican Party, essentially calling it racist. So we called Steve Israel and Benny Thompson, inviting them on the program here. They declined. And we thought that was irresponsible. If you're going to call someone a racist, you got to back it up, right? So we sent Waters out to engage the congressman.
I'm Jesse Waters with the O'Reilly Factor. I'm actually one of your constituents. You said that the Republican base was animated by racism. Can you explain that?
Well, you are picking up on something that was out of context and happened 3 weeks ago, so I question why you would even ask that 3 weeks after.
Well, because we've invited you on the show a number of times and you keep declining.
We need to get away from ascribing motives and just pass a comprehensive immigration bill. Who cares what people think? We need to engage in action, pass a comprehensive immigration bill. That would be one of the most important things we can do.
What's your evidence that Republicans are racist?
I never said that. And
you said the Republican base was animated by racism. Yes, you did. We have it on tape.
To a significant extent, the Republican base does have elements that are animated by racism. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Congressman, I pay your salary. Answer the question. You're a public official.
I appreciate that, but you're holding me up for a vote. If I miss this vote, it's going to be because you are standing in the way of the other.
You don't want to apologize?
I've said what I'm going to say. You are literally stopping me from voting, and that's what my constituents pay me to do.
I pay you to do that. Thank you very much. You said that Clarence Thomas was an Uncle Tom. Pretty disrespectful.
And there's Uncle Tom, Clarence Thomas.
Oh, y'all, brother. You said that, I did.
Well, in the course of the conversation, I've looked at a lot of his decisions. People I represent had a real problem with his lack of sensitivity.
But you don't believe he's an Uncle Tom, do you? That's pretty disparaging, isn't it?
All I'm saying is I disagree with his opinions as it relates to people of color.
You don't think all black Republicans are Uncle Toms, do you?
I didn't know the Supreme Court Justice was a Republican.
Well, you said that a lot of his initiatives and policies that he support are Republican policies. Can't you be black and be Republican?
Well, I didn't say he was a Republican. I said I disagreed with his opinions.
You also said that opposition to President Obama is based on racism.
Mitch McConnell would have the audacity to tell the President of the United States that I don't care what you come up with, we're going to be against it. Now, if that's not a racist statement, I don't know what is.
How do you know that?
When you look at the demographics of a district like mine, where a majority of the people are African American who stand to benefit, there are problems. Those individuals lack the sensitivity to oppose that. President Obama's policies have historically addressed many of those needs.
Blacks have suffered a lot under Obama's policies. Record unemployment, record poverty. If going in the opposite direction of those policies is racist, how does that make sense to you?
Blacks have not suffered under his administration. Unemployment's lower than it's been in years.
That's just not true, with all due respect, Congressman. Under the Bush administration, black unemployment was much lower.
Well, you know.
You went on CNN, but you didn't come on Fox News Channel? You don't have a problem with Fox, do you?
CNN asked me for my comments, and I gave them, just like I gave you my comments just now.
But the O'Reilly Factor's been inviting you on for a couple weeks, and you've declined. Why is that?
Well, I'm not aware of it, but I choose who I talk to, and I talk to you.
All right, well, he came off better than Israel.
Oh, yeah, a little bit better.
Yeah, at least he engaged you.
Yeah, he stopped and talked.
Right, he was polite. I didn't see anything. He's wrong about the black unemployment. Right. It was good that you checked him on
Right,
that.
it was about 7% under Bush, and it was about 12 to 16% under President Obama.
Right, he's really wrong on that. But Israel's my congressman, too.
Right.
All right, out on Long Island. Waters lives in the poor neighborhood, and I'm in the affluent neighborhood.
Well, everything is poor compared to where you live.
Well, no, don't give them the wrong impression. I live in a regular house. Beaver Cleaver could live in the house. But anyway, this guy, I mean, what is that all about?
I don't know. You know, I would have followed him down into the elevator, but decorum says in Capitol Hill,
you did the right thing.
You put the foot in the door.
Right. You backed away when he said he had to vote. But he basically said he didn't say what he said.
Right, and then we had it on tape.
I know.
He was implying that Republicans are racist for being against immigration reform. But I mean, it just doesn't add up. I mean, half of the labor unions are against immigration reform. What is he calling unions racist also?
So we want all the Congress people from this Waters World segment, though, when we invite you, come on the show.
Let this be a warning.
You don't have to deal with him chasing you around. I mean, come on. Just because I think Benny Thompson would have been a good guest here. Israel, if he pulled that stuff, would have been.
I don't think Israel's going to be coming on the show.
No?
No. I'm going to go out on a limb.
I know where he lives. So next time, Congressman. I'm back in the book segment tonight, Waters World, the Memorial Day edition. We sent Jesse out to Jones Beach on Long Island to ask the folks about our country's military history. Roll it.
Do you know why you're off today?
Why? America. You know, fallen soldiers.
Who did America fight in the Revolutionary War?
The French? No.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Countries.
Countries?
Yes. China.
China?
Wow, I feel really dumb. Was it the French?
Who did America fight?
Revolutionary War? Ourselves. Whoa, North versus South, the Confederate versus the Union.
That was the Civil War.
Oh.
Britain.
Britain?
Right across there?
Mm-hmm.
That's Great Britain.
Really?
What was George Washington's job?
George Washington was one of the presidents.
Which president?
He was the second president after Lincoln.
He was general or something.
He didn't work with horses, did he?
God bless you.
Thanks, you too.
Who won the Civil War?
Not the Confederates. The Northeast or whatever. Us.
Who's us?
Great Britain.
Wasn't it the French?
What was the Civil War about?
Couldn't be able to tell you.
No idea.
Of course not.
You should know.
I know, right?
Yeah. Do you remember what the Civil War was about?
Civilization.
The North?
You sure?
No, it was the South.
I believe the North won that Civil War.
Abraham Lincoln. What did he do? Was he in the North or the South?
He was in the South.
He was in the North.
No, but didn't he live in the South?
World War II. Who'd we fight there?
Wow, I just learned this too.
You did?
Really putting me to the test. My teacher watches this, he's probably gonna be real mad.
It was the Allies versus the Axis.
Vietnam? China.
The South.
That was the last question.
China.
Germany and Japan.
Who bombed us in Pearl Harbor?
Damn, that's a tough question. Yeah. Was it China?
China?
I don't know.
Close.
Korea, right? No, I don't think Korea.
Not Korea.
No. Russia? No.
Not Russia.
Wow.
Was it the Koreans? Am I getting close?
Japan.
Very, very good. Who won the Cold War?
I'm not the best historian here, but
You don't say.
The Russians won. No one. Didn't we just agree to disagree?
America and Russia came out together after World War II. We're kind of shaky, kind of frenemies.
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 Was it the French? I feel bad. I'm blaming everything on the French.
Well, I would say we won because our goal was to stop communism, the spread.
Who'd we fight against?
I would say USR.
USSR?
Yeah, USSR.
Why did they call it the Cold War?
I think it was cold in Russia, right? Because no one was making advances, right? It wasn't an actual fighting.
Which dictator did the U.S. topple in Iraq?
What do you mean toppled?
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden.
You know, we kill everybody.
You mean we bring them to justice?
Yeah, we bring them to justice.
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. Got him.
Which president took him out?
Oh, that wouldn't be Barack Obama. Obama.
Obama. No, it was G-Dub?
It was Bush.
George W. Bush?
It was George Bush.
Which one?
W.
I feel stupid. This is terrible.
You know, it was warm out there. It might have been the sun. Could it possibly be the sun?
Brain cells a little bit.
Yeah, the best answer was why the Cold War, because it's cold in Russia.
That's right.
It makes sense to me.
That's right.
I mean,
my favorite, who did we fight in World War II? The South.
The South, right. Okay. Well, in southern Germany, there were U.S. troops. Now, people always say that you go out and spotlight the dumbest people you can find.
I mean, come on. I went out and I looked for girls who were attractive. I looked for guys who were drinking. Your average, typical guy at the beach, right?
No, but they weren't intoxicated.
No one was intoxicated. I got there at 11. So, people hadn't been drinking that long. These people are normal, average college kids.
Okay, but what I want to tell you is that we don't edit out the right answers, right?
Bill, this could have been 10 minutes long. We have much more where this came from.
Was anybody smart?
One of the girls
smart?
One of the girls was 4 for 5.
Right.
Okay, and she was
the one in the green bathing suit.
Yeah, we dinged her a lot. Okay. And then I think the girl with the thong, she was 1 for 5.
1 for 5.
The two brothers, I think, were 0 for 5. They were in trouble.
Next time, ask them where they went to college or high school.
Some of them told me where they went to college. I don't want to name names right now. Should I?
Yeah.
Maryland, University of Maryland.
The Terrapins.
Big contingent.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It is pretty brutal out there, but this is what, and it's random. You're just selecting them random.
Totally
You don't
random.
have a big sign, please, if you're dumb, talk to me. You don't have a sign.
No, I do attract dumb people, but I don't have a sign.
Yeah, you do attract dumb people. I know that. All right, Jesse Waters. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters' World, the Lady Gaga edition. I know you don't care. But there's an interesting story here. Young woman rises up to become a pop superstar, makes millions. Then kind of flames out, leaving behind some very devoted fans, Americans who are obsessed with her. It's all kind of spooky. So we sent a spooky guy, Jesse Waters, out to clarify.
The Gaga hype machine is in full effect.
People want Gaga to be an instant success.
Thank you so much for buying a ticket to see our show tonight.
What's going on, my man?
Just waiting in line for the one and only Lady Gaga. Are you going to propose? Because if you're not, quit staring at me.
Get some dancing, arms up.
Okay, don't do that again.
Oh.
Do you do a lot of narcotics?
No.
Do you know what narcotics are?
No.
I'll be damned.
Are you on acid right now?
No drugs.
Sure those pants aren't just a little bit too tight?
I mean, I think they look fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
They're painted on.
You're walking like Frankenstein.
What do you guys do?
I actually work at Medieval Times.
Welcome to Medieval Times. I'll be your serving wench, Melinda.
You don't look like the typical Gaga fan.
I just like the jeans and t-shirt type deal.
You don't look so good.
I could do a lot of damage.
You like women?
You could say I'm a lesbian.
I don't know what that means.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes, he's right there.
That's my cameraman.
No. Ew, no.
Ew.
No.
He's a handsome man.
Room's starting to spin real fast because of gayness.
I'm really scared now. What does Lady Gaga mean to you?
She's my second mom.
She shows me like so many life lessons that no one really gets to teach you.
What life lessons has Lady Gaga taught you?
Oh my God.
She stands for equality of all the gays, and I think that we need gay marriage here all throughout America.
Did Lady Gaga bring you out of the closet?
I was well on my way, but she definitely helped.
You know something? I believe you.
Bill O'Reilly wants to ask you a quick question. This will be fun. It'll be fun.
I've noticed a certain resistance to Gaga so far this year.
We have some indication that Mother Monster's star power may be on the decline.
Lady Gaga has been struggling recently. She's not as famous. Her album sales are down. Why are you still attracted to her?
Because music is not for money. Music is for talent and for art.
Canceling the last tour kind of hurt it a little bit.
Gaga's been doing whatever she wanted since the very beginning. And if the mainstream accepts it, they do. And if they don't, there's all these fans that love it.
You think Lady Gaga is a flash in the pants?
I don't think so.
Are you a flash in the pants? You ever, watch the news or anything like that?
Only to check the weather, so I know what I'll wear for that day.
Are you a Republican or Democrat?
I don't know.
Do you know the difference?
No.
Do you think the Democrats are going to put someone on the Benghazi committee? Okay.
This is a little awkward.
How's Obama doing?
Who?
The president.
Of what?
America?
It's embarrassing, you know.
I like to live in my bubble of ignorance bliss.
Okay. How's that working out for you?
I got my own problems.
You a Factor fan?
I am a Factor fan.
Yeah, what's your favorite part of the show?
Probably when he makes fun of everybody.
I'm Waters, and you're in my world right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How's that feel?
Pretty amazing.
All right, here's Waters. Is this just a gay thing? Is that what it primarily is?
I think about
now?
half of it's gay.
Yeah?
There's a lot of gender bending and transsexual
Because there are performers
situations.
like Cher is one.
Sure.
That attract a big gay audience.
Yeah.
But is this what this is evolving into?
I mean, I don't know if it's evolving. I think it's always been a big gay theme.
But she was real mainstream with Bad Romance and all those songs.
She was, and I like Lady Gaga. I like that kind of music. I'm not embarrassed to talk about it.
But you should be. No, some of her songs are catchy, but it looks to me like that's over, the mass adulation.
Right.
As you said, her album sales and ticket sales are down.
Right. She's down, I think, from 4.58 million albums sold in 2008 to only just about 700,000 last year.
Right.
So she's had some hip surgery. The shock value's wearing off.
Yep.
Miley Cyrus has kind of outpaced her in terms of that. So we'll see where she goes from here.
You'll see.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not really going to follow it, but
that's
you
my
keep
beat.
me posted.
I'm on the Lady Gaga beat.
You're getting real popular in certain areas there, Waters.
Which areas are you talking
not even going to get into tonight. Waters World. Americans are all over the place in who they admire and who they dislike. A lot of it depends on ideology and your frame of reference. Do you know anything? We sent Jesse Waters to Atlantic City to ask questions about love and hate.
You're the one who gonna keep asking us the silly question every time I see you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my goodness!
People you admire in this country. Who is that?
Oprah. She's powerful and everything about her.
Johnny Depp.
There should be a captain in there somewhere.
You're into pirates? Arr.
Yes.
You don't know what I'm saying, do you?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Love Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz?
Absolutely.
Don't filibuster me, okay?
I'll try not to.
Governor Walker of Wisconsin, who's running for president.
I didn't see that one coming, no.
He helps out the community over there. He's pretty good. I think he'll do good things for the country.
Bill O'Reilly, because he says what's on his mind.
Now, have you had your head checked recently?
DeBlasio.
The mayor of New York City.
He beats Bloomberg by a ton.
I don't care what. All these people, they all get naked and sing like that. Lady Gaga.
Tiger Woods.
He hits a long ball.
He does hit a long ball.
Can you stroke it like that?
Oh, this is awkward.
Derek Jeter. As a leader, you know, he takes care of his team, always shows like leadership in what he does. And
Do you have class like Derek Jeter?
Nah.
I know there are people that annoy you out there. Who are those people?
Besides you,
I would have to say anybody that goes over the top in supporting LeBron James.
The person that you admire the most, who is that?
LeBron James.
Yeah, there was just a guy over here who was saying he does not like LeBron fans.
How dare you?
Harry Reid. The man can stand in the well of the United States Senate and lie about people and get away with it. It's disgusting.
Kim Kardashian and the entire Kardashian family, pretty much. They're overexposed for no reason, really.
To me, just a publicity-soaking, talentless person. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. Kim's not number one on the list. Kanye is.
Kim does have some assets. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're big.
That was awesome.
Who do you hate in this country?
Trump.
You hate Trump?
I do. I can't stand him.
You're on his boardwalk right now.
I am on his boardwalk. Can we move down a little bit?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. You hate Bill Maher?
Yes, I don't like him. I don't think he's credible.
Stephen A. Smith. He's always talking about racism and like, it's over. Come on.
really?
Lindsay Lohan. She's twisted.
How do you even know her?
You guys together?
Yeah. Not after this.
Sharpton.
Al Sharpton.
I think he's sneaky, conniving. Just don't trust him. That's all.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A little hungover?
A little bit.
Yeah, I can smell it. Do you like Water's World?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to be on television.
Yes.
Oh, my daughter going to say that. Oh, she's going to kill me.
Did you ever watch Bill O'Reilly on Fox News?
I have. He's kind of annoying, that guy. Just kidding, Bill.
I'm Waters.
Oh, okay.
And this is my world right here.
Oh,
damn. And this is my world right here.
This is my world right here.
If you like to kiss this.
We gotta hire that kid.
The little kid was great.
That kid was good.
Yeah, he was making fun
we
of
gotta
him.
hire him. All right, now we're gonna send you down to Washington with the petition.
Right.
To get the Marine out of the Mexican jail. About 200,000 have signed it. It's on BillO'Reilly.com if you want to read the petition, and that's a lot of folks. We want you to be respectful. Okay. All right. And then we're also investigating what's going on with this story in a bigger picture as well, because there are unanswered questions. So you will be back on Wednesday,
yes,
correct?
I think so.
I hope so. I don't know if the Mexican government's going to be real happy to see you.
I know. I might wind up in Mexico.
Well,
in jail.
We'll get you out.
You'll
then.
bail me out?
Oh yeah. Then I'll have to get involved and come down there.
Okay.
And nobody wants that. All right. So Waters, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay.
Thank you. When we have a back of the book segment tonight, Waters World. Last week, the National Organization for Women held its annual conference in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We thought that might be an interesting experience for our pal Jesse Waters.
What is on the agenda? What are you gals trying to accomplish today?
Well, I object to the term gal. I am not a gal.
Oh, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
The whole structure is designed to have men be dominant. And that's changing, but we want to give it a little push.
Equality of rights under the law.
Have you ever burned your bra?
Why would I bother? I just don't wear them.
Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Okay. Single, ready to mingle? I want to fight in the war on women. Mm-hmm. Where do I sign up for that?
You can join a chapter.
I've been working out. Feel the muscle. If you need protection, I can protect you, though.
Didn't ask you to.
But you might need it in Albuquerque.
That's being sexist.
I was?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're offering to protect me.
Don't be saucy with me, Bernays.
So should I protect you?
Can you?
There is actually an all-out war on women raging right now.
Do I get a weapon for the war?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Have you ever been wounded in the war on women?
Yes.
Shrapnel?
Kind of.
Men have been ruling the earth for quite some time, and the earth is totally messed up. What are we doing wrong?
There has been a culture of ownership and supremacy, where we don't respect the earth.
See, men think linearly.
How should I be thinking?
Circularly.
Like a womb. How do you like to blow off steam?
Movies, I love movies.
What's your favorite movie? G.I. Jane? What do you do to unwind?
Read.
Read? Yeah?
Yeah, everything.
Killing Jesus? It's Bill O'Reilly's book.
Oh, well, he can keep it.
Pardon me?
Bill O'Reilly. Sensational television superstar.
Are you serious? He's a very egotistical man, but he's very entertaining.
He's good at what he does.
Did you ever watch Water's World?
No.
I'm Waters.
Oh my gosh.
And you're in my world right now.
Awesome.
How's that feel?
Feels weird. You haven't been credentialed.
You're not allowing me to cover the event? How you guys doing? We're just here to fight this war on women. You know, there's a battle going on right now.
The management doesn't want you on the property, so unfortunately, sir, we will have to ask you to leave.
I feel like a POW now.
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with that.
You guys are going to trade for me later, right?
I like your suit, by the way.
Thank you very much. How come we were denied credentials?
I am not going to talk to you.
You're a feminist. You're not afraid of Fox, are you?
I'm not afraid of anybody, but I don't have to talk to anyone I don't want to.
All right, because I'm on your side.
I'm sure you are, Jesse.
Denied.
Now, you're going to protect me if some of these women get out of hand, right?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Sorry to bother you guys.
No, not a bother at all.
People come and go so quickly.
What's going on here?
The Hyatt has requested that you be given notice to not return to the property.
I feel discriminated against.
If you do return to the property, you'll be arrested.
I'll be arrested?
Yes, sir. Any questions?
Where's a good place to get something to eat around here?
I'll have a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
So the Hyatt wants to arrest you?
They booted me.
The Hyatt?
Yeah, the Hyatt. They gave me a criminal trespassing summons. If I come back, they're going to arrest me.
For any Hyatt in the world?
I think
or just that
Hyatt.
one?
I don't think I'm going back to Albuquerque anytime soon, though.
I think you should stay at Marriott.
I think so.
Now, we got to explain that Waters did apply for credentials.
Since the winter, I've been trying to apply, and they've dragged this out. And then the day before I left, they say, we're not giving you a credential. But I had to go anyway. We had to fight the war. It was that important.
You had to fight the war on women.
They declared war on me, though.
I don't think they believed you when you said you were on their side.
You don't think I was selling it? I thought I did a pretty good job.
I should have gone down there.
Yeah, right. They would have locked you up.
You think so? I would have just been arrested.
Those guys are serious.
Yeah, I would have turned them.
Well,
yeah, they would have been on my side.
If you would have looked like Megyn Kelly, maybe
we should have sent her down there.
Next time we'll send Kelly.
Everybody wants to talk to Kelly. Nobody wants to talk to me and you.
That's right. There's about 46 million people in poverty in America. Does that surprise you?
No, because I've been watching Fox News.
Do you think the government should be giving free food to poor people?
Yes.
Maybe a Chardonnay?
Yeah, sure. Why can't poor people eat lobster?
Do you have any caviar?
Si, senor. It's $80 a portion.
Like a ribeye?
No.
How about salmon?
Something that has like some kind of nutrients in it.
Arugula? Do you know how much America spends on food stamps each year?
I don't.
Take a wild guess.
$1 billion.
$76 billion.
Okay, that's more than I thought.
I think it's a basic human right.
Food.
Yeah, food.
Thousands of years, people have been trying to have their cake and eat it too.
Where in the Constitution does it say food is guaranteed?
It doesn't.
Do you think the government should be giving free Chex Mix just as a snack, maybe? There's about 46 million people in poverty in America. Does that surprise you?
No, because I've been watching Fox News.
Do you think the government should be giving free food to poor people?
Yes.
Maybe a Chardonnay?
Yeah, sure. Why can't poor people eat lobster?
Do you have any caviar?
Si, senor. It's $80 a portion.
Like a ribeye?
No.
How about salmon?
Something that has like some kind of nutrients in it.
Arugula? Do you know how much America spends on food stamps each year?
I don't.
Take a wild guess.
$1 billion.
$76 billion.
Okay, that's more than I thought.
I think it's a basic human right.
Food.
Food.
Thousands of years, people have been trying to have their cake and eat it too.
Where in the Constitution does it say food is guaranteed?
It doesn't.
Do you think the government should be giving free Chex Mix just as a snack, maybe?
It'll hold them off for, like, the duration of the day.
What? What if poor people wanted a stock portfolio? Do you think that might be another option?
Yeah. Entrepreneurialism, I think, would be a really good way to get homeless people off the street. Surely you can't be serious.
Maybe the government could give gold to poor people.
Sure.
I love gold! How much money do you think people should get just for walking around money?
$100,000 per person.
$100,000 per person per year. That's twice the median income of the average person that's working.
Yeah.
Do you think the government should be handing out free contraception?
I mean, yes.
I think that promotes safe sex as well.
Do you think the government should be in your bedroom?
No.
But you want to give out free birth control?
You didn't say anything.
Where in the Constitution does it guarantee the right for free condoms?
George Washington did not pass that.
You think the government should be able to give people free homes?
Yeah, Cape Cod is nice.
Maybe a Cape Cod bungalow, something like that?
Just living the dream.
What about free transportation for poor people in America?
Bicycles.
What about a unicycle?
Unicycles are good.
About a quarter of Americans are on welfare.
Well, it's good you have it, otherwise it'd be starving. You would get mugged.
I don't get mugged. Have you seen these cannons?
You know where the weight room is?
Do you think the government should give people free cable TV?
Yeah, or if people like movies, man, DVD players with the TVs.
Free iPhones?
Why not? Apple's into doing charity.
Free Red Sox tickets would be pretty cool.
Fenway full of homeless people might not look that different than it is now.
This is where I live, little man.
How are we going to pay for all this stuff?
I have no idea.
Did you ever watch The O'Reilly Factor?
Sometimes.
Yeah? What's your favorite part of the show?
I actually don't really watch it, so I have no clue.
I'm Waters, and this is my world right here.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say that some of those are putting you on.
No, who?
Some of the people you
one?
interviewed.
Which one?
Come on.
I asked him straight
The guy says
free iPhones. He said yes.
He wants free Red Sox tickets. Come
I said,
on.
this is how I set it up. I said, what about for the poor, a little entertainment?
Yeah.
You know, to get them by. And he said free Red Sox tickets. And I want to say, I'm not making an offensive comment about homeless people and Red Sox fans. It was a beard joke.
Okay, but don't you think that they were giving you jazz by telling you all this crazy stuff?
I'll show you the raw footage. We asked people straight up, Chardonnay, free homes. The guy legitimately said, give poor people a 2-family house in Cape Cod.
And $100,000 a year walking around money.
That's right.
So you really believe they believe that?
Yes, I do.
They weren't so stoned out on whatever is it?
They go to Harvard. This is what they do.
They go to Harvard? No.
This is what you saw there. You know.
I saw it in Harvard Square, but I didn't see it in the classroom, except a few of them.
5 out of the 8 people were Harvard students.
Is that right?
5 out of the 8.
And they want
free stuff.
All right. Jesse Waters, everybody. Let me know whether you think they were putting Waters on or not. All right, I want to know if in the back of the book segment tonight, Waters World. Every year in South Dakota, up to 500,000 American bikers get together. So we decided to send Waters, who usually has training wheels on his bike, out to greet them.
All right, Sturgis, baby.
Sturgis, baby.
Fired up?
It's all about Sturgis.
My first time in Sturgis, man, and just having a blast.
I'm actually part of the international bikini team.
Show me your power move. Do you work out a lot?
Yes, I do.
Abdominizer?
A little bit more yoga.
Do you do a lot of yoga?
Well, I used to. The yoga pants don't fit anymore.
You are what you wear.
This is a 7-day vacation for someone, you know, so they come out here and get wasted.
What do you like to drink, like a Pinot Grigio?
Well, jungle juice was yesterday.
You want to do a speedball?
What are you talking about?
I have no idea.
I think I froze the left half of my brain.
Can I join your bike gang?
Did anybody tell you that this is the private club of the Satan's helpers?
Nobody hit me to that, dude.
You wear your helmet, right?
Why do you wear a helmet on a Harley?
Well, I can think of a few reasons.
God in heaven!
Do you like poetry?
I don't do poetry. I do Motley Crue.
Hell yeah! Have you ever broken a bottle over some guy's head?
Yes, my husband. Ex-husband.
Now he's your ex?
Yes.
Can I, like, break a bottle over someone's head?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a battle smashed over your head?
No, sir. But if it did, I hope it'd be a good time.
That's a very interesting line of reasoning.
Do you punch a lot of people in the face?
I have not done that for a while.
Have you ever stabbed anybody?
Have I been in prison? Yeah.
That's right, we bad.
I've been drinking, man. This is like a mind game, man.
America right now. Are we going in the right direction or the wrong direction?
I believe we're kind of in a stall.
I think Obama's doing a great job.
What's the president doing so well with Russia? What do we need to do to get back on track?
Clean out the government for one thing.
The whole government.
You want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs.
And I think overall, as a country, we're worse than we were last year.
I don't believe in a lot of stuff they're doing today.
Why are you yelling at me?
Now, the leader of Russia right now.
He likes to ride on a horse with his shirt off. A Putin, right?
Yeah,
Pooty Poot. He's a badass.
He's showing more balls than Obama is.
Vladimir Putin.
Today, Junior!
Now, Obama, you think he's going to get reelected?
I hope not.
Is Obama going to win reelection?
If he wins it, I'm proud. I'm not going to vote for him.
You know the vice president, right?
Man.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay, go.
Smoking Joe.
Not crazy.
No idea who the vice president is?
Don't even really care.
What's going on down there on the border?
On what border?
We should make Mexico the 51st state and destroy all the drug cartel.
I mean, if he wants the wall built back up, they should have never took it down.
What wall?
The British wall, whatever wall was took down.
Did you ever watch the O'Reilly Factor on Fox News?
He's kind of mean.
Hello.
I think he's a great guy.
Waters world. Am I part of that world?
Right here, right now.
Oh, man!
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
Spin stops here.
Interview over. Bye.
All right, Waters joins us from New York City. I was there when they were just rolling into Sturgis, South Dakota. I was with Miller doing a show in Rapid City. But everybody tells you, all the locals out there, that it's not violent anymore.
Right.
It's just a big party, kind of a week of camping. And is that what you found?
Right. Well, before I went out there, I said, Bill, any advice? And you said, Waters, try not to get stabbed. And that's how I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Hell's Angels and meth heads. But it was a nice crowd. It was very upscale. I do have to say there's a lot of stuff we can't show you because it was too hot for the Factor. They have the pickle licking contest, which was just mesmerizing. I covered that intently. They have the lingerie show. They have the dwarf bowling events, which unfortunately got rained out. So I'm going to have to go back next year and bring you a full report.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss that, Waters. But this is a big moneymaker for the people who are in western South Dakota, because they bring in an enormous amount of money. As you said, there's Motley Crue, some big bands come in to play. But there were no violence this year at all. It was just a friendly kind of meet and greet with the biker deal, right?
The only violence was when I shot the machine gun. I can't believe they let someone like me shoot that. There I go.
We heard from the Navy. We heard from the Navy SEALs, Waters. You begin basic training in about 3 days.
They're going to send me over to get
in
ISIS next week, right?
You know, that would be enough to scare ISIS, you showing up. All right, Jesse Waters, everybody. Fact or tip. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. Tonight we have a scientific approach to the segment. We asked 20 people in New York City's Bryant Park to assess the ISIS threat. Roll the tape.
What's going on with ISIS right now?
Oh, we're really gonna do this in this question? Can we not do that?
As in the goddess, Isis?
Goddess of what?
The Egyptian goddess?
Is it a situation going on in overseas or something like that?
What do you mean, the ALS challenge?
There's this terrorist army that's running roughshod through Iraq and Syria.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Okay, great.
2 Americans were beheaded. Did you know that?
Oh, I heard about it.
It's not happening here, but it's still affecting our world and affecting people in our world.
Unfortunately, they're running a very slick operation and covering ground really quickly.
What are you more afraid of, ISIS or ISIL?
ISIL.
ISIS is the CIA.
You think the CIA beheaded 2 American journalists?
Who else would do it but our own government?
What's the president's strategy to address ISIS?
I really don't have an answer to.
He doesn't have a strategy.
Probably right. It's like me, I don't have a strategy to why I'm still with my girlfriend. But
I guess he'll rely on the guys advising him to figure one out. So.
Like Biden?
Yeah, but he did say that he was going to degrade and destroy their efforts.
His strategy is backwards.
Do you know what his strategy is, though?
Bull.
Do you think Obama should send military personnel back to Iraq?
No.
He already did.
I don't think that the president has naturally any power to go ahead and do anything.
No Obama.
How would you fight terrorism?
I would fight terrorism with love.
Like, all sit in a room and just talk it out.
What if you're in that room and then they behead you?
We could talk it out from like a distance then, like...
Over the phone?
Yeah.
No, I think we have a problem with us sticking our noses in other people's business. And sometimes when that happens, there's consequences.
How would you neutralize the threat of ISIS?
I would take them down. I would try to go after them.
Follow them to the gates of hell?
Yeah.
Well, first I would sit down with whoever, ambassador, whoever's in charge of...
The terrorist ambassador?
Sit down with them and try to work something out.
How do you work something out and negotiate with someone that beheads people?
Love one another and just, spread peace.
You want to love the terrorists?
No, I don't want to love... What are you, Fox News? That's why this is happening.
Good job. Like the collar.
Thank you.
It is Waters. So the setup was I asked you to get 20 people.
Right.
All right. And I asked them cold about ISIS. Don't explain anything.
Right.
Out of the 20, how many knew what ISIS is?
8 people knew what ISIS was.
8 out of 20.
And that's a very generous interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Bill. I feel like very smart when I interview these people now.
There seemed to be 2 that really had an idea of what was going on.
Right.
2 out of 20?
2 out of 20 had a
10%.
real strong idea, and those were international people. A lot of people from South Africa, Great Britain, Australia. That's the kind of scene in Bryant Park because it's kind of, a fashionable district. There's a lot of commercial business
Bryant Park's
there.
in Midtown Manhattan, and when people on their lunch hour go there, you can get some food and sit out there.
Right.
It's kind of pleasant. So even on ISIS, even on this terrible story, most Americans have known.
Well, you'd think more people would know because the beheading was all over YouTube. It went viral.
Everywhere.
It's on Facebook and Twitter. So I actually think it's pretty good that only 8 people knew.
All right. I don't think so. I think it's sad. All right. Waters will be back on Monday with the powerful women edition of Waters World.
Yes, we're being very careful with this.
All right. I may have to have a sub to introduce that. But, I'm back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. When you go to college, it's expected that you discuss current events. Many students become very active in that area. So we sent Waters up to Boston, big college town, and asked some students how they would fight the ISIS threat.
United States going to war again.
What? Are we? How do you know?
I listened to the president's speech. Did you watch the president's speech the other day?
No, I didn't even know that happened.
You are a remarkable man.
Do you know who we're fighting?
No, I don't.
We are fighting Pakistani, right?
I'm assuming it's the Middle East.
We're fighting ISIS. It is a pretty big issue. They're making some very aggressive moves against the United States.
Does that make you nervous?
Yes.
Do I make you nervous?
Yes.
Just take a deep breath. It's going to be all right.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
We're going back to Iraq.
Iraq, why?
And maybe even Syria.
Didn't our troops come home already?
Have you heard about ISIS?
Yes. It's Islamic State.
Islamic?
I'm sorry.
We're not going to war against Iceland.
No, not Iceland. Iceland hasn't done anything.
Right, yet.
Yet.
You know, why are we going after ISIS?
Maybe they have good iced tea. I don't know. Ask Obama, you know what I mean?
Some coffee? No. Milk? No. Some tea? No.
ISIS is a terrorist army.
Okay.
They just beheaded 2 Americans.
What's...
How would you fight the war on terror?
I don't want anything to do with that.
I'll thank you for no suggestions. I'll do this myself.
You could say that humanitarian measures.
You would fight terrorism through humanitarian measures.
I mean, that would, in idealistic circumstances.
You would drop food on terrorists.
Yeah.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Like, other people die when there's bombs. Like,
bombs do kill people. In this case, bombs are killing terrorists. So... The president's been relying a lot on his Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Secretary of State is?
I do.
He really seems to care about what I have no idea.
He was your old senator.
no, I don't know.
John...
McCain?
John McCain?
John Kerry.
John Kerry. Okay, John Kerry.
Reporting for duty.
Muslims in the Middle East, a lot of them hate us.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because I go out in like these little stockings.
Their lives suck. It's easy to find a scapegoat. This is very classical.
Are you always this skeptical about everything?
I think there are a lot of extremists out there that are using the Islamic faith as a motivating factor to get other people to jump on their bandwagon.
You ever watch Waters World?
No.
I'm Waters, and you're in my world right here.
Jesse Waters, you're the best.
Thank you.
I'll make sure there's something a little extra in your paycheck at the end of the week.
Did you ever watch Bill O'Reilly on Fox News?
Nope. I don't even watch the news. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to me.
I'm sorry to you.
You talking to me?
All right, so you were in Kenmore Square, which is Boston University territory.
Hey, weren't you affiliated with that school?
I did. I have a master's in broadcast journalism.
You must be very proud after watching that.
Were most of those BU kids?
I think one was. I didn't ask everybody where they went to school, but that was their neck of the woods.
They might not have known where they went to school based on their other answers. Now, I got another person walked up to me today and said, you know, this water stuff is staged. You pick out the dumbest people you can find. And I keep telling them it's not.
No, we asked 8 people what was going on, and half of them had no idea.
4 out of the 8.
It's scientific, Bill. I would actually invite a random person to come out and witness what actually happens.
That might be interesting. One woman obviously knew everything, and the others didn't know anything.
Right. We were very proud of her.
Let me ask you one more question here. When you get through with them and they know they've made complete fools of themselves, do they say to you, please don't put it on?
Well, the one woman who didn't even know anybody was beheaded, she said, oh, this is going to be great. Where can I see this? And I said, well, next Monday night. And she goes, great. My name's Bombzilla. I said, Bombzilla. So I went on the internet and I looked at Bombzilla.
Yeah.
And she's like, posted pictures of me and her. And she's like, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be on Fox News.
She is famous. I don't know if I want to get famous that way, but she's famous, at least for tonight.
That's right.
Waters, everybody. There he is. Fact and tip today. Big Global Waters World. Big ACLU conference in Princeton, New Jersey. So who better than to visit than Factor producer Jesse Waters? Were the ACLUers happy to see him? Roll the tape.
I'm thinking about joining the ACLU, so I want to know what you guys believe in.
Oh, I think you already are.
Do you support the war on terror?
That's a loaded question.
Do you think I'm cute, Private Powell? Do you think I'm funny?
Terrorism has become such a huge word that I'm not really sure what it means.
We can't just prosecute a war just because we wish to execute everyone who might do us harm.
Do you believe in the war on terror?
So I'm opposed to it. I think it's way too broad.
These ISIS members that are beheading Americans, what would you do with them?
Nothing.
We don't really have a position on the ISIS conflict.
How could you guys not have a position?
We're not a foreign policy organization.
You guys are fighting the war on Christmas harder than you're fighting the war on terror. Would you give these ISIS butchers civilian trials and give them lawyers?
I'd give them lawyers.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Why would we be bending over backwards to make things more comfortable for ISIS barbarians?
It's not about comfortable, it's about making sure they are ISIS barbarians.
You can't try a prisoner of war. What you can do with the prisoner of war is hold him until the war is over.
And you would release them when the war was over?
Yes.
Isn't that a little dangerous? Do you think that America deserves being attacked by terrorists?
How else are they going to get our attention?
What is the matter with all of you?
You think if we listened more to ISIS, then maybe some of the terrorism wouldn't be happening?
They've got their own very extreme agenda, but we have people in this country who have very extreme agendas, very fundamentalist Christians.
I don't know if that's a valid comparison.
Well, the people who were killed are just as dead.
Let's call off Operation One of Us is Crazy and go our separate ways.
A lot of illegal aliens are flooding into the United States. What should we do with them?
Let them in.
Do you believe in the border?
I believe that the border should be enforced. So we are not an open borders organization.
But you lock your doors at home, right?
I do.
But you don't want the doors locked on our southern border?
Don't worry about it. Nobody's watching.
If someone's dealing meth, do you think they should go to prison for a long time?
It's a public health issue. We don't do ourselves much good by locking those individuals up for life.
I think punishment deters illegal behavior most of the time, but not always.
Now, if someone sold meth to one of your family members, wouldn't you want to see them locked up for a long time?
I don't believe that I should be in the position of judging that when it's one of my family members.
Come on, man.
Somebody selling a little meth on the corner? No, I don't think he needs to go to prison for a long time.
I think you're wrong about that, but I like you, so we're going to let that slide.
Thank you.
Do you think there should be any restrictions placed on abortion in this country?
No.
If a woman cannot care for a child, I challenge right-to-lifers to step up and adopt that child.
Do you support partial birth abortion?
Infanticide has been, a quiet but well-known thing.
But that doesn't make it right. You got into a little beef with Bill a few years ago. Have you recovered?
Has he recovered is the question.
If you're rooting for the terrorists to kill and maim Americans so Americans leave, then you are a despicable human being.
Anything you want to tell Bill?
That he should just loosen up on the show, and if he listened to us a little bit more, he'd have a few more of our members listening to him.
I'm not
All right, so just set up the professor, that clip. Why did I get so mad at him?
That was in the middle of the Iraq war, and he was saying it's okay to want America to lose in Iraq.
Right.
He said it was patriotic to dissent. And you were saying that's pretty crazy. If we lose, Americans die.
Right, and that was the connection. Now, from that, I know 6 people, 7 people, the impression is that they're just...
Right. You don't want these people running things.
Right. But is that fair to the rest of the ACLU members? They have a lot of members. I mean, were those people representative of them?
Well, I think there are 50,000 ACLU members. I'm not so sure how radical these people are. But if you just look at the sample, they want to give lawyers to ISIS butchers.
Yes.
They want to release ISIS butchers after the war is over. One time I asked, do you think people should be locked up after they sell meth? What should we do with them? And the woman said, we should give them job training. This is crazy stuff.
The worst was the infanticide lady.
Right.
Because, she was basically saying, hey, it happens.
Right, it happens.
And so it's okay.
There's a gray area, and that's really touchy. I don't really know where to go with that.
Back in the book segment tonight, it is Columbus Day, and many Americans were off from school and work. Not me, and not Waters. That's because we sent him to Sleepy Hollow, New York, where the Headless Horseman once terrorized Ichabod Crane. His assignment? To ask the folks about Christopher Columbus and other autumn matters.
Are you a leaf peeper?
No. I love the fall season, and I just love the crisp air.
You're a man, aren't you? Aren't you?
Christopher Columbus. Do you know what Columbus did?
He discovered something, I don't know.
Finding the Hudson River.
Conquering America, I think.
This is a practical joke, right, Brian?
What was Christopher Columbus famous for?
For
discovering America.
Why do you put discovering in quotations?
Because there were already people living here.
Now, Christopher Columbus, what country was he from?
Was he from England?
France.
England. Or was he from Britain?
Colombia.
He was Hispanic.
Jeez, get me out of here.
Meep, meep.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
But the Queen of Spain sends him over.
Now, he came over on 3 ships.
I think Mayflower, maybe. The Mayflower.
That was the Pilgrims.
That was the Pilgrim. Can we edit all of this out, please?
Too late.
The Nina, the Pinta, and the...
Linta?
I know them in Spanish. La Niña, La Pinta, y La Santa María.
The same as English.
La Pinta, La Niña y la Santa María.
I like that accent. Ooh la la.
It's French.
It's good to be the king.
What year did Columbus discover America?
Was it in the 60s?
Columbus was a hippie.
1592.
1242?
I don't know, 1940s?
I was misinformed.
1492, he sailed the ocean blue.
I missed my bus.
What? When's the next bus come?
An hour from now.
Thank you very much. What are you thanking him for? Deserting us? Will you stop thanking everybody?
Do you know what Halloween celebrates?
The Day of Death?
I consider it a religious holiday.
Dead people.
Dead people.
I see dead people.
Isn't that like Cinco de Mayo?
Are you going to dress up as anything?
I think I'm going to be you for Halloween.
What were you last year?
I was a character from an obscure TV show.
Was the show on MSNBC? What did the skeleton have for dinner?
I don't know, tell me.
Spare ribs.
He is such a fool.
So we're in a graveyard right now.
We are.
I'm a little nervous.
You get nervous?
Yeah, I might have to jump into your arms.
Maybe his arms.
I think you have a crush on my cameraman, don't you?
He's rejected.
Ichabod Crane. What's with this guy?
He is kind of a superstitious scarecrow of a schoolmaster.
The guy who got attacked by the Headless Horseman.
Where did that happen? Do you know?
Nope.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy. That's right.
You're in Sleepy Hollow right now.
They're so insane, it kind of makes sense.
And Ichabod thinks he's safe when he clatters over the little wooden bridge. He finds this ghoul rising up with some horrid head in hand, and it hurls it at Ichabod. The schoolmaster, he's never seen here again. You better hold on to your head.
Watch the hair. Did you ever watch The O'Reilly Factor?
I do, that's why I know who you are.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Who's scarier, the Headless Horseman or Bill O'Reilly?
We know it's Bill O'Reilly. Man.
Now, the next time you go out, which is going to be soon, okay. I want you to ask, when they don't know what year Columbus discovered America, did they not teach you that, or did you? How many years of history did?
Well, I said, well, you know, what year did he discover America? If it's in the 60s, America was founded in 1776. It would have had to have been before that.
Maybe she meant the 1660s. But look, we need to know if they were. Did they go to school, actual school?
I'm afraid if I ask the follow-up questions like, did you go to school?
At the end,
that might ruin the rapport I have with these people.
You're not listening to me. At the end.
Okay, at the end. I'll do that. All right.
Because I know most people watching the program, they think it's a phony. They think you're paying these people.
You know, the funny thing is, she did say what she was doing later. I said the girl that didn't know it was the 60s. She said, I'm going to school later. So she's in school. She's in college. I don't know. what kind of question is that?
You have to find out. I want their resumes.
Okay.
And I want to know who their history teachers were.
Actually, no, now that I remember it, some of them were in beauty school.
Beauty school.
I'm serious.
Beauty school.
No offense to beauty school. Yeah, no offense.
Okay. Back in the book segment tonight, Water's World polls show most Americans are well aware of the Ebola situation, and many are very concerned. So we sent Waters to the Port Authority bus terminal in New York City to sample what the folks are saying.
What do you think about this whole Ebola controversy?
From where?
Here in the United States.
Oh,
It's nice.
And it's like the disease, right, coming from the dirty water.
Have you ever heard of Ebola?
No.
It's a deadly virus.
Oh, like the bug virus. Because I had it recently. I was very sick. I found myself sick on my stomach. Very catchy, too.
That's scary.
Personally, I think people are overreacting about it.
I think it is the conspiracy.
How does the conspiracy work?
Networking. Do the science.
How do you get Ebola?
Juices, fluids, sex. You know what
Oh, me like it. How do I know I have it?
Your eyes turn very red. You get headaches, you get stomach aches.
It's sort of like a bleeding fever sort of thing, and it's really scary. I wish there was a little bit more information available publicly to let me know what I could do.
What are you so nervous about?
Now, what country did Ebola come from?
The United States.
Europe?
Does not come from Europe.
South America?
Africa, right?
Right.
Gotta come from Africa. I believe like the animals that be in a jungle and stuff like that, they be doing a lot of experiments.
Now, do you ever ride the bus?
Yeah, I just rode the bus.
The CDC said that you can give Ebola to someone on the bus, but you can't get Ebola from the bus.
Really? That's weird.
Did you know that you can give Ebola on a bus, but you can't get Ebola on a bus?
Stop it.
What you talking about, Willis?
Do you think the CDC has done enough to combat Ebola here in America?
I think so.
Do you know who the CDC is?
Correctional? I don't know.
Center for Disease Control. That's what the CDC is.
They don't talk like that where I come from.
Where do you come from?
I come from heaven.
God bless you. The president just appointed a czar to oversee the Ebola crisis. Do you think that's a good idea?
Ever since he's been president, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Do you know what a czar is?
No.
Oh, she's adorable.
The person that he appointed has some knowledge.
Actually, the czar that Obama appointed has no medical experience whatsoever. Do you think President Obama has done enough to combat Ebola here in America?
Yes.
What has he done?
Got people jobs.
Does that fight Ebola?
He's done everything he can. He's signing bills left and right.
Do you think Obama's doing a good enough job combating Ebola?
No. They wouldn't be here. He should have took precautions and steps beforehand. Now it's here. It's too late.
Do you ever watch Bill O'Reilly? What about Water's World?
Okay, I really gotta go.
It's okay. All right, run along.
The government controls the media. We all know that.
So Obama's controlling this interview right now, then?
He is controlling the interview.
Hold on. The president's telling me something. Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. President. Did you ever watch Water's World? He wants to know.
Yes, I did.
I'm Waters, and you're in my world right now.
You know, there's always one guy in the locker room who's going to run around snapping towels at the other guy's privates.
All right, Waters, here's a piece of advice.
What?
Don't mock the interview subjects in New York City on the street.
You're giving me advice not to mock people?
Not there. You want to mock
I'm braver than
here,
you are.
That's for sure. Anyway, it's the same old story, right?
I know. They don't know anything.
People don't know anything. They don't watch the news. They don't read the newspaper.
But it's understandable because the CDC's confused about what Ebola is.
The bus thing was a riot.
And that's why people are confused, too.
The bus thing, you can give it, but you can't get it.
It doesn't make any sense.
This is freedom?
Right.
I mean, so anyway. Right. All right, Waters World. We got a Halloween assignment for Waters that you're going to like.
Ooh, sounds spooky.
A week from today.
Okay.
Right? Just be careful out there, Waters.
Okay.
Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. With the midterm election just hours away, we sent Waters to see just how the folks are feeling about the vote.
Are you getting jacked up for the elections?
Not really.
I don't really participate much in the mid-year elections.
Oh yeah, wonderful. All about the elections.
I'm an Earth citizen. I don't vote for a man to govern me.
Earth citizen. When are you going to vote?
When the elections happen.
Do you know when the elections are?
November 9th, no?
November 11th.
On the 4th.
Very good. Now, who's running? You are.
I think I hear my mother calling me.
Who's running?
And for what?
I'm in Virginia, man.
Who's running?
I don't know.
Who's running?
You've got to stop thinking about it.
What's an important issue for you when you vote?
Jobs.
Now, the Democrats have been in charge for quite some time.
Right.
But things aren't that great. You still going to vote for Democrats?
Well, I've always been a Democrat since 18, so...
Where are you from?
North Carolina. If I do vote, I'd vote for Hagan.
What do you base that vote on?
I don't know.
Will you tell me one thing, please?
Where are you from?
Miami.
You know who the governor of Florida is?
Rick Scott.
Nailed it. Now he's running against that guy, you know, Charlie...
Christ.
What? What?
How many senators are there?
50. 52. 54. 60. 100.
100.
Yes.
There you go.
Got it.
I want to get this down on a tape recorder because nobody's going to believe me.
Who's your favorite senator?
What was that? Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
Was anyone? Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen's a great senator.
Is that the white guy that thinks he's black?
That's exactly who Steve Cohen is.
He's actually a congressman.
There's only one person that I really respect in the Senate, and that's Bernie Sanders.
Who is your senator? Do you know?
I don't know that. I live with a congressman, so that's exciting.
Oh, that sounds fishy.
No, with the host family.
Oh. Sorry.
Now, who controls the Senate right now?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
It's not that hard. President Obama. Think he's going to be a lame duck?
What do you mean by that? Like he's not going to get reelected?
Are you going to vote for President Obama again?
No.
Why not?
Sarah Palin's not running either, is she?
I think our president is trying his best, but I do feel that he's not in touch with us.
You want the president to touch you?
I want him to touch the entire American people. Not my body, but just touch. Not in that regard. No.
Not awkward, guys. Not awkward unless we let it be awkward.
Now, you a fan of The Factor?
I am.
What's the best segment on The Factor? Water's World or Miller Time?
No offense. I go Miller time.
I want you to settle down. Don't make me call you probie officer here.
If I was to run for office, would you vote for me?
I don't even know you that well. What's your name again?
The name is James Bond. James Bond.
If I ran for office, would you vote for me?
Well, I mean, what are you going to do for me?
What did JFK say?
I don't know.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I'm building a scaffold on top of the Capitol building. I'm doing something for the country.
You sure are.
All right. That was all over Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
They love you down there, don't they?
Yeah, a big hit.
Now, tomorrow night for election, you do some pod thing, or so what are you doing?
No, there's no pod, Bill. It's foxnews.com /strategy room.
Ooh.
An online broadcast.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're in the strategy room?
Well, I'm not going to be calling states. Don't get me wrong.
Who else is in the strategy room with you?
Harris Faulkner, Andrea Tanteros.
Wow.
A whole gang of us. They're analyzing things.
Is it catered?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm going to be starving. It's like 2 hours.
Is it actually in the building?
You're going to serve me the soup.
Yeah, well, I'll be ladling soup. Is it actually in the building, or they send you downtown somewhere?
It's in the building,
it's
Bill.
here?
Yeah, you should drop in.
All right, so give the address again, people can get to.
Foxnews.com /strategy.
Segment today, Water's World on November 6th. Senior at Bartram High School in Philadelphia body slammed a 68-year-old substitute teacher, knocking him out cold in the hallway of the school. Some students videotaped the teacher lying flat on his back, unconscious, and immediately millions all over the world saw the terrible exposition. So we decided to send Jesse Waters to Bartram High School to find out exactly what's going on.
What's the school like?
I wouldn't recommend this school to nobody.
Some of the teachers in here are not teaching us. They're not preparing us for college and none of that.
What are the teachers doing inside the classroom? Are some of them not teaching?
Some of them is not teaching at all.
What do they do in there?
Sit there.
In the last month, 3 teachers have been assaulted.
A substitute teacher at Bartram High School is recovering at home tonight. He's not the first teacher attacked at this same school. In fact, the third in a month.
What'd the teacher do?
He was harassing him.
Really? So he had it coming?
Yeah.
What'd you feel when you saw the teacher lying down out cold?
I was like, damn, who the did that to him?
What all the students do?
Some students were recording, some were taking pictures.
Do a lot of things happen around here because they want to put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
So he got suspended. Is he going to get expelled?
Most likely not, because it's happened before.
So it's a possibility this student could not be expelled.
It's a possibility that he could be expelled. It's a possibility that he could not be expelled. It's a possibility there's something in between.
Do you think it's the teacher's fault?
Yeah. You know, they pressure a lot of students and they expect them not to, retaliate. You know, the environment we in, they got to expect something violent.
What is your job inside the school? What do you do?
My job is to keep them from congregating in the hallways, smoking in the bathrooms.
Are there a lot of drugs at the school?
Yeah. Few times when they smoke right in front of the school.
Most of the time you do tell them, look, clear the hallway, go to your class. It's shut the F up. All kinds of disrespect towards the adults.
What do your parents think about all this craziness?
Well, I only live with my mom, and she's actually trying to move out of state.
Do you think there's any discipline over at that school?
This is about control. It starts at home. It could be just the kid is raising himself. Parents is both at work. It's hard times. Or parents could have been on drugs.
I have a rap sheet here on the school. Just in the last year, you've had people setting fires, forced oral sex, drugs, weapons. What exactly is happening at this school?
Well, you have students making bad choices. There's been a lack of communicating of what the consequences are for actions that these students are taking.
Is the principal in control of the school or not?
No, not at all.
Does Principal Muhammad have any discipline?
No.
Does the principal patrol the hallways? Does he shake hands with students? Does he get to know the students?
I don't see him do that.
Do you have confidence in the principal?
Absolutely.
Is there any repercussions when students mess with teachers?
No, not really.
When students misbehave, do they get in trouble here?
Suspended. That's about it.
What do you think should happen to a student that assaults a teacher?
Get expelled.
Well, they should be arrested.
If you don't put a hand on this like right now, it's going to get worse because other kids feel as though they could get away with that. Years ago, you wasn't allowed to even look at a teacher crooked.
So what you do is you try to build a relationship with them. And a lot of some of the teachers in there, they don't.
What specific steps is the Philadelphia School District taking to address this problem?
We're talking to students directly and telling them, okay, you have to understand that your actions have a reaction somewhere else, that you're hurting people.
To hear kids talk to you like that, and you don't even have your own kids talk to you like that, so.
It must be frustrating.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I want to see the school get back the way it used to be.
Here's Waters. A couple of questions here. What's the ethnic breakdown of the school?
I saw 100% black. I didn't see one white student there.
Inner city situation?
Yeah, really rough neighborhood,
Okay.
very impoverished.
Poor neighborhood. School is there. Principal, where was he? Did you ask to speak to him?
No, he's a new principal. This is his first year. And there's trouble all over the school, teachers getting assaulted. And this is actually better this year than last year. Last year apparently was worse. They consider this a success.
Now, the spokesperson came off as a wimp. Students making bad choices?
They have a new restorative justice discipline program in the school. So it's less focused on discipline and punishment, more focused on a softer approach,
Right.
positive atmosphere.
We might tell everybody that the teacher who did get body slammed and knocked down to the ground is suing.
He will be suing.
Yeah,
and we talked to the police, and the police said that they're going to charge this student aggravated assault, and they're just waiting for a warrant to be issued. And he could plea it down, and he could maybe just go to juvenile detention.
Even if he gets sentenced, he's still not expelled from the school. They're not going to expel him.
No one's been expelled.
Nobody gets expelled.
If you assault a teacher, no one.
All right. And this is not just in Philadelphia. This is all over the place. Right. It's all coming down to holding people accountable. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World, the post-election edition. We sent our pal Jesse up to Hartford, Connecticut, very liberal town, to ask the folks about last week's election results.
really depressed.
Why?
The Obama agenda got crushed on Tuesday.
I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what you're talking about. A lot of people are pretty happy about what happened, I think.
Did you vote?
And I can't vote because I'm felon.
Any of you guys call me Francis and I'll kill you.
Why do you think the Obama agenda lost?
I don't know. The Republicans, that money, that dirty cash, when money talks, walking.
I think there was a lot of personal animosity toward him that affected the election.
Why did Obama's agenda lose?
I don't know. Tell me.
Have the president's policies helped you?
No.
I thought they were supposed to.
You got to help yourself before you look for other people to help.
You might be a Republican.
Yes, I am.
Absolutely.
But the exit polls said that it was a rejection of President Obama and his policies.
Okay, well, people say what they want to say.
Can you disagree with the president's policies and not be a racist?
Yes.
So how do you know that people that don't like his policies are racist?
By the other behavior. It's not always easy to tell.
But you can tell.
Sometimes.
Look who knows so much, huh?
Do you smoke weed?
No.
Why doesn't the president want to reduce my taxes so I have more money to spend?
I don't know. You tell me.
Do you think Obama's listening to the people?
Honestly, no. I can't afford Obamacare.
Hoo-ah!
Now the Republicans are in charge.
That's not no good for me, no.
It's not good for me.
Bunch of money-hungry people for me.
What do you think they're going to do?
You're not going to be able to get any health insurance anymore or nothing like that. That's definitely going to be out.
But President Obama took a lot of people's health insurance himself, remember?
Did he?
Are you kidding?
But since the president's been in office, poor people have gotten poorer and the rich have gotten richer.
True. Maybe he's a Republican himself. He just doesn't know it, you know?
He's been a more conservative president than Reagan was. Republicans worship Reagan. They don't like Obama.
Follow my finger.
Come on, for Christ's sake.
What do the Republicans stand for, do you think?
I don't know. You tell me.
You know, I don't have all the answers.
Neither do I.
If the Wolfman was here, he'd say, get your ass in gear.
I used to go here. Did you guys know that?
My dad been here.
I'm not as old as your dad, but thanks.
The best thing about kids is making them.
There's a library. Spent a lot of time in there. There's the football field down there. 4 touchdowns in one game.
At the time, I scored 4 touchdowns in one game on this field.
Maybe you guys can be a big success like me.
That's why we're here.
Now, you don't sound very convinced. Come on, don't you guys have any pride?
You ever watch Water's World?
The movie with Kevin Costner, you mean?
Happy now.
Did you ever watch Water's World? I'm Waters, and this is my world right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that is Waters. That was Trinity University,
was my school,
right?
Yeah, Trinity College.
Trinity, it's not a university, it's a college.
It's just a college.
So you went there.
Yeah.
And how far outside of Hartford is that?
That's in Hartford. That's downtown Hartford. It's kind of a rough area surrounding it, and then it's beautiful inside.
Right.
I walked around. I never got kicked out. It was great. I'm surprised no one's invited me to speak at commencement yet.
No.
I'm waiting for the invitation. The most famous people that graduated from Trinity, Tucker Carlson, George Will, and myself.
Is that right?
That's right.
I bet you Will and Carlson have been invited back.
No, I'm still waiting.
Well, you're associated
I might need a bow tie.
No, you're associated with me.
That's probably why.
So you're not
holding
gonna
me
get
back,
invited.
Bill.
Come on. But I was surprised that not too many people at Trinity knew the Waters World phenomenon.
Listen, it was a Friday afternoon. The sparse campus. I think everybody
That's right. Most of them go home to mom and dad.
I think they were napping. They're resting up for Friday night.
And the guy was a felon. I liked him.
He didn't even know what he did. I said, well, what'd you do? He goes, I don't know.
You tell me.
You tell me.
I loved him. All right, back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. It was a tough decision whether or not to run a lighter piece tonight, but I think we all could use some levity. We'll go back to Ferguson to wrap up the factor. But first, on Saturday, Harvard defeated Yale for the Ivy League football championship up in Cambridge. Great game. And it was the 131st time the two schools have played. Amazing. So before the game, we sent Waters out to see which fans from these two elite schools are smarter.
So going on here today, ladies?
We're having a very classy tailgate.
Go Harvard! Yale! Incredibly excited, and we're here with all the fans to celebrate what's going to be a tremendous victory.
Who's smarter, Harvard students or Yale students?
It's so funny. What are you laughing at?
Have you ever heard of the Gruber controversy?
I take Ubers every day, actually. That's how I get around the city.
Grouper?
You don't like fish? It's grouper.
Gruber. Jonathan Gruber.
Gruber.
You know this.
McGruber?
McGruber? I thought you were dead.
The group dating?
And you are Gina?
Gina. Hey, what's up?
He's not a familiar name to me, I apologize.
And your major is health economics?
Yeah.
And you don't know who Gruber is?
Come on, man.
Gruber, not the guy from Die Hard.
Happy trails, Hans.
He wrote the healthcare law and he's now a professor at MIT, spewing stuff.
He's that MIT professor that called you stupid?
What?
And basically, you know, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever.
I didn't hear about that, and I should have.
I mean, you go to Yale.
I do.
Ever heard of Gruber?
No, I haven't.
What are you doing to this poor girl? What's your name?
Amelia.
And where are you from? You're a Harvard?
grad.
You don't know who Gruber is? Obamacare?
Never heard of him?
No. She seems like such a nice woman.
I know.
They
she's
scared her
running
away.
What's Putin doing that's making everybody so nervous these days?
Invading Ukraine.
Excellent job.
I wrote my thesis on Russia, so nice try.
How do you like them apples?
Russia has now, I guess, infiltrated eastern Ukraine.
Vladimir is causing a lot of problems lately.
When Putin takes his shirt off, does that make you nervous?
No, I like it a lot.
You like it?
I wish he'd do it more, yeah.
Really? That's creepy.
I want to take my shirt off.
This is an awkward moment for me.
Gravity has not been nice to that man.
We are here to pop you off.
What is Obama trying to do with this immigration push?
Inflation, yeah.
Immigration. Is that it? Okay.
He's doing president executive order instead of going through Congress.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
Do you lock your doors?
It auto locks, so yeah.
All right, but you don't want the country to lock its doors.
Huh?
You know, just trying to love everybody.
Trying to love everybody.
Yeah.
Do you love the illegal aliens?
You're getting very personal.
I'm sorry, I know we just met and all.
Rings and things, baby, rings and things.
Now, what is this? Is as close to Harvard as you'll ever get. I hope you understand that.
Did you ever watch Water's World?
Water's World? Like the fish thingy?
Gills.
Ever watch Bill O'Reilly?
I've seen Bill O'Reilly. I watch him in the gym when I'm on the treadmill. He sends my pulse thumping.
Harvard's going to win today. They're 9-0.
Over the middle, picked off. And that preserves Harvard's undefeated season.
Waters, everyone. There he is.
That's right. You're in my world now, Bill.
Yeah, and I'm getting out of it. All right, I picked it, right?
Yeah, you did. You called it right.
Game. Who's smarter, based on your sample?
Okay.
The Harvard kids or the Yale kids?
At the last minute,
yes,
Yale won
by
one question. Controversial only because that Asian student ran away before answering the last two questions.
Yes, and I would have too.
I would have too.
All right, so Yale won in the end.
At the end.
But neither of them really knew it.
No, I mean, if it was head-to-head, Yale won, but if it was a test, they both bombed.
They both failed.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have Waters with a special Thanksgiving deal a week from today. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters World. We hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. It's a great American holiday in honor of giving thanks. We asked Jesse Waters to go to Plymouth, Massachusetts, where the Pilgrims landed in 1620.
What year was the first Thanksgiving?
1642? 1621, somewhere around there.
Around 1821.
Last Thursday in November, right?
Sure. What country did the Pilgrims come from?
Denmark, I believe. Am I right? I think it's Denmark.
What country? I'll give you a hint. It was in Europe.
I don't know.
British or something? Yeah. somewhere in like Europe.
You got it.
Yeah, I got this.
You're so cute. Sweet kid.
How did the first Thanksgiving go down?
I don't even know.
And you live in Plymouth?
I know.
They got here on Cape Cod at some time, and then Thanksgiving popped out.
It's a girl!
The Native Americans, they helped out the Pilgrims, and the Pilgrims wanted to thank them, so they all sat down and had a dinner.
Oh, that's enough ketchup. Come on. Yeah. I like it.
Is Indians an offensive term?
I think it is.
Yes.
Now, what did they dine on in the first Thanksgiving?
Best I know, they dined on venison and corn.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf? You probably had like, not like chips, you know, like something like that.
Mashed potatoes, yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
I don't think they had turkey, mainly vegetables.
The Pilgrims were vegetarians.
I'm not sure. I don't know what to say.
What boat did the Pilgrims come over in?
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Marina.
That was Christopher Columbus.
Something flower. Oh, Mayflower. Mayflower, yeah.
The Mayflower. Mayflower.
Excellent, just right over yonder.
Yeah.
Why did the Pilgrims come from England?
Oh, no.
It was to explore the West.
They wanted to have religious freedom.
The Pilgrims were Catholic?
I guess. I don't know.
Were the Pilgrims Muslim?
Maybe. They wanted to seek freedom so they could worship as they wished.
Do you have Pilgrim blood in you?
Stranger danger! Wait, it's okay. Stranger danger!
No, please.
Did the Indians and the Pilgrims get along?
No.
Then why did they eat together?
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
The Indian tribe that the Pilgrims dined with...
The Wampanoags.
Wampanoags, got it. Wampanoag.
Something like that.
Wampanoag.
You're bananas, you know that?
The Cherokees.
Who was Squanto?
Wait. Was he the one helping with the farming?
He was like the mediator between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag.
Very good. Did you ever watch The O'Reilly Factor on Fox News Channel?
Oh my goodness, yes!
Yes! Yes!
Would you break bread with Bill at Thanksgiving?
I would. And he's on a gluten-free diet, I'm sure.
You go gluten-free, no wheat, because wheat bulks you up.
It's weighted primarily for the cut, but it also will thrust very nicely.
I'm a big thruster. I'm Waters.
Really?
And this is my world right here.
Wow. Are we in your world?
You're in my world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in Waters' world, yeah.
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 So those three kids, they knew.
their
Did they
stuff.
work for the town of
They were
Plymouth?
local Plymouth guys.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people were local Plymouth people. That's why they did fairly well on that.
Right. Now, Plymouth Rock itself is a little rock. We saw it.
It's like a pebble. I don't know how they saw it from the ocean.
That probably wasn't Plymouth Rock.
They
came
just
across.
found some rock and called it.
Actually, the Pilgrims landed in Cape Cod. A kid was right, and
Right.
then they came across Buzzards Bay. It wasn't named that then, but bang.
And then we researched the dinner, the Thanksgiving feast. Venison, beer, squash, corn, and they did have lobster there. There was indeed lobster.
Wow.
So, yes, it was
Did
a
they have the
diverse
crackers
feast.
at that time?
Yeah, that's right.
Bang, right on the rock.
No bisque.
There you go. All right, there's Waters, everybody. And a factor check of the book segment tonight, Waters World. Christmas just 16 days away, so folks are shopping frenetically. Word of the day, frenetically. In light of that, we sent Waters out to gauge how all the consumerism is going.
So who are you shopping for today?
Everybody.
Yeah? What do we got?
We have 20 grandkids.
20 grandkids? Whoa! How much do you usually spend on your grandson?
About 100, 100 and a half.
Maybe a little bit less for the naughtier ones.
They're all naughty.
Who are you shopping for today?
Family for Christmas.
Put it on the credit card. Obama's president.
Yeah.
Are any of your children musically inclined?
One of them's a dancer.
What kind of dancer?
She's not a pole dancer, if that's what you're getting at.
How many inches is the TV?
Oh, it's a 55. It's going in the bedroom, so yeah.
All right. So you can watch me when you go to bed?
Of course.
You don't even know who I am, do you?
No.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Here we go. Some Nerf guns. Throw those right in there. You're going to need those.
From my very mafia family.
Size 34. He must be in shape. Maybe you can buy him a treadmill later. They're on sale.
Look, we just bought these from Toys R Us the other day. Oh, we got ripped off. Look at this.
That's why Costco is where you get your deals. You get turned on when you see a sale, don't you?
Exactly. Oh, that's my biggest high.
Frozen.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to build a snowman?
Don't ever do that again. You look like the frozen type of guy.
If you put it in a shaker, it might be frozen.
You mean alcohol?
Magic tricks.
Hey, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, like make mom and dad disappear.
I made my family disappear.
What are you going to get your husband this year?
I'm just going to get him a cashmere coat.
That's really going to light his Christmas tree.
His Christmas tree is always well lit.
Could you not smile like that?
Now, the kids have any style? Are they going to be able to pull that off?
They're in college. Will you wear it?
I didn't wear much in college, mostly a toga.
I said I want you to know right now.
Now, who's this for?
I'm putting it back.
Why?
Because my wife told me to.
And you do everything your wife says?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're going to get the Hobbit for yourself?
I'll get it for myself.
Okay.
It's the spirit.
What does the Hobbit have to do with Jesus? Have you been thinking about Jesus this whole time you've been shopping?
Speak! Speak! Why don't you speak?
I'm Waters.
Jesse Waters.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my world right here.
Yeah, I could see.
Killing Patton, the perfect stocking stuffer. Can I stuff that in your stocking?
Yes. Sure.
The book.
I'm old enough to be your mother. Almost.
I watch him every single day he's on.
You have tremendous taste.
I know. I love you.
I love you too.
You look much more handsome in person than on TV.
What about Killing Patton? Are you going to get that?
Now, who wrote that? I have no idea what that is.
There's a guy named Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, him.
You're going to get coal in your stocking now.
He's that influential? I was going to buy 6 of them.
You're going to buy 6? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Excellent.
There you go.
Oh, my God. I'm set. I don't
Okay.
need anything else.
All right, here's Waters. Go back to Costco. I want you there for the next 10 days.
You like it there?
You keep eating the books on people's. You remember the Cabbage Patch Kids and all the years there used to be this mania where they had to have the toy. Is there anything this year that everybody has to have?
Not that prevalent. Elf on a Shelf is a really big deal.
Elf on a Shelf, but that's been around for a couple of years.
No, but it's big now. Everybody I talked to got it. It probably costs $1 to make, but they sell it for about $15.
Mm-hmm.
It's this little, cotton elf, and it's all over the house, and it changes place each night. So,
I have a real elf that does that in my house.
Yeah, you should call someone about that.
Frozen, right? That's big.
Frozen's huge.
Right.
I've seen it probably 1,000 times. Probably see it another 1,000.
Really?
Not because I like it.
Oh, no, of course not.
No, because it's all because my kids watch it.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know
your
anything
kids.
about Elsa
It's
and
your
Anna.
kids watching it. Sure it is. All right, Waters, thanks very much. Back in the book segment tonight, Waters' World. Last year, New York City voters elected Bill DeBlasio mayor, longtime left-wing guy who has remained true to form. He is perhaps the most liberal mayor in the city's history, and that's saying something. Problem is, de Blasio has alienated the New York City Police Department, which has about 35,000 officers. The situation is so bad that some cops have signed a petition asking that Mr. de Blasio not attend their funerals should they be killed in the line of duty. De Blasio's problem stems from his ceding power to Al Sharpton and other questionable people. Also, de Blasio has been outspoken about police violence, even though crime in New York City is at record lows. It all adds up to a bad situation. Now, the factor wanted to talk with the mayor, but his staff was extremely dismissive. So we put Jesse Waters on the case.
You a New Yorker?
Yes, sir.
All right, where do you live?
Upper West Side.
What are you doing down here in the village?
I have my shrink in a few minutes.
Okay. What do you think about de Blasio?
De Blasio? What you mean?
De Blasio. Who's de Blasio?
I don't know what he does, but I know his name.
He's the mayor.
Okay. He seems to be doing his job well.
I think he's better than previous mayors when it comes to racial issues.
Why did he inject race into the Eric Garner situation?
Because it is about race. It's entirely about race.
But Eric Garner's family member actually said it wasn't about race whatsoever.
Okay.
My wife works for the NYPD.
Was your wife happy that DeBlasio threw the NYPD under the bus?
The guy was clearly wrong.
I like the way that he's bringing a lot of awareness to the shootings that have been happening.
Now, if the Tea Party were out here on the streets shutting down bridges, would you be okay with that? What do you think DeBlasio's biggest accomplishments have been so far?
I'd be hard-pressed to say, actually.
It's not about like the mayor doing his job. It's about us coming together with him to help him do his job.
When it snowed last year, our roads were the last to be plowed.
Because you're in the rich neighborhood.
I think he's better than the previous right-wing creeps that we had.
You know who DeBlasio is?
No. That's what I'm saying.
He's the mayor. You never heard of him?
No.
You live here?
No, I live in Brooklyn.
Oh, he's the mayor of Brooklyn, too. Now, DeBlasio wants to raise taxes. Families here in New York have to live within a budget. Why can't the New York City government?
I think we should pay more taxes.
Why should we pay more taxes if the city just wastes it on corruption?
Why?
DeBlasio is basically co-mayor with Sharpton.
He likes to make everything a black and white issue.
I've got nothing against Sharpton.
Do you know who Al Sharpton is?
Not really.
I envy you. DeBlasio will not come on the O'Reilly factor.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Because Bill O'Reilly is terrifying.
I honestly think that Bill is the man. I'm a big fan of Bill's. If you're the mayor, you should be able to sit in the hot seat.
Don't you think he should step up to the plate?
Maybe he is trying to maintain his mystique.
You think it's going to happen? De Blasio in the no-spin zone?
Well, right now, if he's saying no, I doubt he'll change his mind.
I'm very persuasive. Bill O'Reilly has a question for you.
Okay. Are you his emissary?
Yes, I am. You don't know Waters World?
Again, please?
I'm Waters, and this is my world right here.
Okay.
Okay? We've been trying to book you on the show for weeks. And your staff hasn't been very respectful towards us. We're just trying to get
I'm sure they're very respectful.
Actually not.
I'm sure they are.
We're just trying to get to know you better. What's the problem?
Well, I appreciate the invitation, and my staff will follow up with you.
But they haven't been following up, and that's
Okay,
why I'm here.
I'm glad you're here.
We're fascinated
let's take
by
some
the de
serious
Blasio
questions.
mystique.
Go ahead, Henry.
Can you help us out, Mayor?
I've talked to you, my friend. Henry.
You haven't responded. Will you do the show?
Henry. Just start talking, Henry.
You need rescuing. Thank you very much.
I never need rescuing. I just want a real question. Go ahead, Henry.
Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right, good. Thank you.
Who's Henry?
Some reporter.
Henry, did Henry finally say?
No, I know he never did.
He never said anything.
I don't know, I got
Henry
kicked
was
out.
enjoying it. You know, you got you're lucky he didn't get shot.
Who knows?
All right, but de Blasio is obviously, and this is a serious story. He's lost the 35,000-man police department.
Right. There's a mutiny.
You really believe that it's an active or passive mutiny at this
I mean,
point?
it's moving in that direction.
Yeah.
He has been disinvited to funerals, it looks like. The New York Times just came out with a poll. Everybody thinks that he's made the Garner situation worse, as a matter of fact.
Well, when you lose a police department, I mean, that's in this city,
yeah,
8 million people, you got it.
You're in big trouble. All
right, we're going to continue the report on Americans. I think you've made a friend.
Yeah, we're tight now.
You'll be looking forward to seeing you next time.
Sure.
All right.